Okay, I think I discovered one of my many issues. It's that I don't want a boyfriend, I want a husband. I want a father to my soon to be children. And I think all the guys I meet, the reason why I'm so like Queen of 51st States and I just never even meet anyone again for a second time is because I rule them out immediately as potentially being my husband in the near future. Because I am not the one who's gonna be a girlfriend for 5 years and then get engaged and then be engaged for 2 years and then get married and then be married for 3 years and then have kids. No. 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 I'm 26. I would like to be engaged within my first year of dating you. And then I would like to get married within that year of being engaged. And then I would like to have kids within the year of being married. So, like, this is a 2.5 year process. Like, we don't have time to waste. But then ultimately, I'm prolonging the process because I don't really give anybody else a chance. So now, like, I am wasting time because I'm not committing to anybody. So I'm just meeting all different guys and then that's it. But I just feel like I'll know. Like, I just feel like I'll know on the first date. So now, like, I'm not getting any younger, but I feel like I'd rather spend my time being single and, like, testing out all the fish in the sea than rather spend my time with someone that I'm, like, not totally sure about and then, like, waste time on that person, then have to start again after that. So I feel like I'd rather just, like, take a little bit of everything and then be like, okay, this is the one. Like, I just feel like I will know. But you know what I mean? Like, now I'm just spending so much time being single because I just rule people out so quickly. So I think that's one of the reasons why I am still single and why I have not expedited the process at all of getting married anytime soon.
Hey ladies, welcome back to the YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in today. So I wanted to do a video on, do you think you're ready to find the one? I was inspired to do this video because I saw a TikTok of a young woman who's 26 years old trying to find her husband and be married. And she had a lot of qualifications, which are perfectly all right. Definitely make sure you have your qualifications and your standards for what you want your husband to be and how you want your future family to go. But I also wanted to point out to you ladies, if you're ready to find the one, have you been able to work on yourself? Have you been able to grow and level up in your journey on womanhood? And I do not believe that you need to isolate and be by yourself in order to find, or be found rather, by your future husband. I believe that relationships are very important, and I don't think that a relationship should be a reward for the good work that you're willing to do on yourself, because I believe that throughout life you should always be working on yourself as a single woman, as a girlfriend, as a wife, as a mother, as a grandmother, as an auntie. Whatever you become, you should be working on yourself. So I'm going to start off there, that when you're ready to find the one, there is no place, quote unquote, you need to be for your person to come. We actually hear more stories of people not even trying to be in a relationship, not even trying to date or find anyone, and then all of a sudden they meet their person, right? We hear that all the time, of women just kind of living life and then their future husband just taps them on the shoulder and they're there type of stories, right? So I want to make that clear, that when you're ready to find the one, it's not going to feel like you're quote unquote ready. It's going to just feel right. It's going to feel natural. It's going to feel like this is part of the routine. Like this is part of what's supposed to happen in your life. And you're not going to feel like you're quote unquote ready for something, because it's important that you ladies understand that life is a journey within itself. Being a Black woman and being a woman in general is a process that you have to evolve into time and time again. And expanding your mind, your skills, your beliefs, your emotional well-being, and your mental health is something you're going to be working towards for the rest of your life. And something else that I want to address is I see a lot of dating coaches and other content creators when it comes to dating talking about every single guy you meet. Don't try to fit him into being your husband and try to romanticize him too early into possibly thinking that he's the one. And I definitely agree with that. Like, you want to get to know somebody that's new coming into your life before you place him into future husband role or future friend role, right? But I also want you ladies to understand that it's still important to date with intention. So that means you date for a reason. You don't just date going with the flow, seeing what happens, especially when you know what you want. If you know you want to be married someday, if you know you want to have children someday, well, you want to date with that in mind always. And I think if you date thinking with that mindset, instead of so bent on not trying to romanticize the guy that you just met, instead make it clear that you're dating for a reason, you're dating for intention, and be able to be aware of who he is, his character, his morals, and his quality, the type of quality of man he is, so that you can determine if he is a man you want to keep in your life long term. I don't believe that going into dating with this loosey-goosey type of mindset is very beneficial when you know what it is you want. So try to find balance between not putting pressure on things to self-sabotage it, but at the same time, you know what you want to the point where you know what you're looking for, and you're not going to be wasting your time seeing if things go with the flow, giving second chance after chance after chance, when you know that the signs aren't there. When you're dating with intention, it's going to be much easier for you to recognize red flags, and it's going to be easier for you to detach because you have a reason for doing something. You have a goal that you're trying to reach when you're dating and when you're meeting people. And going with the flow is kind of like you're taking away certain boundaries and structure from your dating life. And as a woman, you don't want to do that if you have a goal to be married and to have children, and you don't want to wait a really long time in your life, and you want to be married and have your kids by a certain age. I definitely would not go with the flow as a way of dating, right? So that's very important. Like, when you're ready to find the one, you're not going to be ashamed or afraid or doubtful of what it is you really want, and you're going to be ready to date and find that and pay attention to the red flags, and you're not going to be hesitant to let certain things go if they don't meet your standards or if the situation isn't falling within your boundaries. I also believe that when you meet someone, like I said before, it's going to feel natural, it's going to feel right, and you're not going to have to try hard at a lot of things. But if I could say one thing you might have to quote unquote try hard at something, it might be that you both try hard at putting effort into the relationship. So putting effort into the relationship, meaning you're paying attention to his interests, he's paying attention to yours, you're speaking your mind and you're communicating, you make certain compromises on things that you both feel comfortable compromising on. And I say those things you might have to quote unquote try hard because it actually takes you stepping outside of yourself and your own needs and your own desires to pay attention to what that other person needs from you so that they can feel happy in the relationship. But keep in mind, ladies, that this is a two-way street. I've addressed in other videos that some men are going to try to manipulate you and try to be controlling and basically try to use you and make you feel like you need to do all the work and do all the proving because he's the one that can offer you the ring. He's the one that can provide a certain type of lifestyle or provide in general. So you need to prove to him why you're quote unquote worthy and deserving of that type of treatment. Well, I'm here to tell you that's absolutely incorrect. Everything you do in a relationship with another person is a two-way street. Right? Relationships are give and take. You can't navigate a relationship trying to receive everything at once, giving reassurance that you'll give back later. You need to receive and also give back within the same time period, within the same instance, just within a time period where that person is able to feel that what they're giving to you isn't being taken advantage of. And it's very important that when you're in a relationship with the intention for marriage, you're able to pay attention to the person you're actually with, and not treat them like they're just a tool, a utility, or a person that's just offering you a certain lifestyle or a title in your life. You want to be able to humanize the person. And when you humanize a person, you actually pay attention to their emotional needs, their need to be supported, their need to be cared for, not only through your words, but through your actions, ladies. Actions speak louder than words. And when you're ready to find the one, you have no problem backing up and proving what it is you say through your actions. And you don't have to wait until you're in a romantic relationship to practice this. When you're ready to find the one, there's things you're going to do naturally that you're not going to feel like you have to turn on and off at certain times. I mean, you can do this with your friends. You can say great things to your friends and do great things with your friends, but you can also practice putting your words into actions by also doing nice things for your friends, so that by the time your person does come along, it's not going to feel unnatural to you, and it's just going to feel like you have to, quote unquote, try hard, because this is a new person you're trying to get to know on an intimate level. So it'll just be a feeling of feeling different than a friendship. It'll be a friendship, but even more, and the trying hard part will come in during the more part of the relationship. And one more thing I want to leave you ladies with is that when you know you're ready to find the one, you're also going to practice patience. You're also going to allow yourself to not feel like you need to control everything all at once. You're going to feel patient, meaning you're going to feel content, and you're going to enjoy the process, and you're going to savor every good moment that this new relationship has to offer. Because ladies, once you become a wife, there's no going back to being his girlfriend, right? I mean, once you cross that threshold into being wife, into being married, and sign those marriage license, all those new moments are gone, and now it's like you have a whole new chapter. So make sure you savor every moment, because it doesn't come often, and some moments may never really come again with the person that you're embarking on this new life with. So make sure to practice patience, and practice patience can be done really easily when you're appreciative of the current space you're in and the current space you're sharing with the person that you're falling for. If you guys are falling for each other, it's going to be so easy to appreciate the time that you have together, because that's what's really going to matter. It's not going to be about being a wife, being a mom, titles, time being wasted. It's going to be about enjoying the time you have together and being patient and trusting that the man who is saying, is making it clear that he wants you and is for you, and trusting that he will make it happen at the right time. But focus on the fact that you just enjoy being with your person. Make that the focal point of any time you spend with your person, especially intimate time together. Savor that time and time again, and then before you know it, you will cross that threshold into that new journey of life with your person, and it's going to feel so good and so sweet, and it's going to feel like everything is in alignment, and it's going to feel like all of the quote unquote waiting and all of the good things you did for this person and for yourself is well worth it, because now you are cultivating and creating the life that you desire. And also make sure that when you are ready to find the one, that you are as open as possible. And what do I mean by open? I mean open as in you're open to going to new places. You're open to having challenging and or easy and or different conversations with this person. So for Black women in particular, I mean open as in your options. Be open into being with certain people from different cultures or around different people, and even going to new places. Even if you don't have a person in your life, you can practice being open by going to new restaurants, going to new cities, taking day trips with your girlfriends, road trips to new cities that are close by, and just be open to experiences. Be open to trying new foods. If there's a culture of food you haven't tried before, be open to trying it. Try to find a restaurant that's local and in your city where you can go try Indian food for the first time or Mediterranean food for the first time. Be a woman who is open, and then your person will come to you because you're allowing yourself to attract so many new elements into your life that it's only natural that a part of those elements will be your person. Then when you start to develop the relationship with your person, you continue to have that openness because it's fresh and it's refreshing, right? It's peaceful and it's new, and it keeps things fresh and new things happening in the relationship. So don't ever forget to be open, and don't get with your person and start to be closed off, start to kind of fall off and, get into a place of being complacent. You really don't want to do that, because in the dating stages, it's supposed to be fun, new, and exciting. So make sure you're practicing that within yourself first and already, so that by the time you get your person, it's routine for you. You don't have to change that part of yourself, or it's not a challenge for you in your relationship. And your man is going to appreciate you and love you so much more, because he's going to know that it's always going to be a good time and an adventure when he's with you. Okay, ladies, well, that's all I had to say for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like this video, comment down below your thoughts. If you're already married or you're in a happy relationship, how did you know that you were quote unquote ready? What type of things did you do to attract your person, and how are things going with you now? I would love to know. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook at finewomanhood. And until next time, ladies, bye.